Okay, everyone. This is Orang-Utan. Say hello. Sorry. She's not speaking to me at the moment because I brought her all the way to Trondheim with me in a laundry bag on the plane, and she had to travel in the hold with all the other luggage, with all the suitcases. She said it made her feel like an object, and she found it degrading. So, if you're hoping to hear her speak, then I'm afraid that you might be bitterly disappointed. I made her, and I never meant for her to be this ugly. Her head would naturally droop downwards so that her chin rests on her chest, and her mouth would naturally hang open in a grimace or an unsuccessful smile. A lot of people are frightened of her. Some people can't even bear to look at her. I find this quite funny though, and I like to make her chase them. One time I put a blonde wig on her head and made her chase my sister with a kitchen knife. Her hand is a glove, so that my hand is hers. And she wears this white dress to cover her pot belly. I made her known all along that she would wear a dress. She was supposed to be cute and rather beautiful. Instead, she inspires in all who see her either pity or revulsion, often both, and frequently at the same time. Her skin is painted leather, and her teeth are frankly disgusting. Her eyes bulge out of her skull, and her lashes are long, thick falsies from Superdrug, coated with mascara. Sometimes she wears lipstick. Oh, is there something you want to say? I lied to you earlier when I said she wasn't speaking to me. The truth is, she actually can't speak. It's true. She has no voice. Except when I'm trying to scare people with her. And then she cackles and hisses. This isn't fair really though, as she's no villain. I mean, look at her. How could she be a villain? She has the look of a deranged old grandmother who has raided her daughter's makeup box and wears the clothes of her little granddaughter. She was the first puppet I made, and I had high hopes for her. The first role I had planned for her was one of an adolescent orangutan suffering from unrequited love for a human. This didn't work for her. No, she wasn't right for the role, so I had to recast her with another puppet. A newer, smaller, and altogether more attractive model. Though her story actually goes back much further than this. As a child, I always wanted one of my very own. An orangutan, that is. A real one. After my mother refused to let me have one, I created one in my mind. She was perfect. And she grew with me. She was the star of every story. As I grew older, I wanted to see her in the flesh, to feel her as I'd imagined her. And so I created her in tangible form. I made her a body. Here she is. My muse. I never meant for her to look like this. She looks up at me, her black eyes glistening. She implores me, please let this story be happier than the last. Because she is, of course, the protagonist. If she could speak, she would tell of her humiliation, of her hatred for me for making her ugly and frightening, and for making her play human when I made her a beast. The needle and thread brought her to life, as I created her wounds fresh in my mind. But she wants a different ending and a different beginning. Perhaps they'll both merge into one. Her life wonderfully uneventful, a continuous circle, like a snake eating its tail. And here, she would swing through the jungle canopy, the sun on her back, setting her golden fur ablaze. Though, her only memories are the ones that I have chosen for her. She mostly hates me because most of the memories I've planted within her are sad. They're heavy like her heart, and so she cannot hold her head up high, and that is why it hangs down to rest on her chest. She cannot hold it up without my hand and wrist thrust into her neck. I hate this world you've created for me, she would cry if she could. I never asked to be born. Though, of course, she wouldn't say it, because I wouldn't let her. And she couldn't say it, because she isn't real.
Thank you.